There's a saying I came across, I don't know if it's part of the Hippocratic Oath or whether it's just something that doctors talk about, but it's this phrase, first do no harm. First do no harm. I actually think I came across it in a copy of the Reader's Digest actually, but yeah, the idea is that if you're a doctor and you're working with a patient, before you even think about giving any kind of treatment, medicine or any kind of intervention, you make sure that what you're doing doesn't do any damage or make the situation worse. Which seems like good advice, really. I did read somewhere, actually, I can't remember whether this is true or not, but I did read somewhere else that it wasn't until the end of the 19th, beginning of the 20th century that doctors actually started saving more patients than they killed. Because they're so keen on intervention, so keen on prescribing emetics and clysters and all these kind of weird treatments, leeches, rather than just letting diseases run their course, that as I say, they killed more than they saved, really. And it wasn't really until antibiotics kicked in and those kinds of properly scientific methods were applied to it, really, that doctors actually started saving people. And just a general understanding that that the body does tend to heal itself for most things. Not everything, of course, but most routine things the body will heal itself. So first do no harm. But I'm just thinking, if you were gonna have one single injunction to run your life by, that would probably be quite a good one, I think, wouldn't it? First do no harm. Not just apply to the medical profession, but just to apply to kind of life in general. I think it'd probably be a bit immobilised, so you couldn't do it completely, but if all of us lived our life with the general principle of, before you buy that object, make sure you're not doing any harm by buying it. Was anybody harmed? Was anything exploited? Was a natural resource depleted catastrophically in its production? Was the amount of energy that was used in its production ethically sourced, if you like? Did it add to the carbon content? Did it, all that kind of stuff. Every time you bought something, you would think, by buying this, am I doing any harm? Or by going for a trip, you know what I mean? Before you go on holiday, before you get in the car, anything really. I know, as I say, it'd be immobilising. And many people do try to do that, don't they? I guess if you're buying fair trade coffee, or you're trying to buy only recycled paper, or you're using kind of ethical investments, whatever that means, which used to mean you use the Co-op bank in the UK, which my kids do, I'm very pleased to say. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's an attempt to, if not do no harm, then at least to minimise the amount of harm. And that would be a reasonable thing to do. Completely unrealistic. I hate to say this, I don't want to be cynical, but completely unrealistic. First do no harm. Maybe it's not unrealistic. Maybe that would be possible. Maybe we should all live in places like that. I've shown you this before. I'm just going to show you it again because it's been added to. It's for some reason in these woods where I walk my dogs, some people, and I don't know who they are, perhaps they're elves that come out at night, because I've never seen anybody do it, build these structures with bits of fallen wood. Just I don't know what the hell they are really. Just little enclaves. Yeah, perhaps we should all live in the woods like this. Which of course would be terribly harmful because there's so fucking many of us, there wouldn't be any trees left. That's what annoys me about a lot of the back to nature stuff, I have to say. It only works if there's only a handful of you doing it. If you get the whole 7 million all moving out into the woods, like the Khmer Rouge suddenly land on planet Earth, and kick everybody out into the woods, the woods would last a week. And the whole sky would be dark with wood smoke. That beautiful smelling wood smoke that so betokens a healthy relationship to nature. Yeah, look at 7 billion wood burning stoves would do for you. Anyway, first do no harm.